Hey, dude, what are you doing? We're on in 2 minutes.
Man, I think I'm having an anxiety attack.
Dude, are you serious right now? You're not ready for this show?
Dude, it's Pantera! Do you realize that? It's the biggest band in metal history. I don't think I can play, man. I'm not good enough.
You're on in 1 minute. We need to go now. Come on, let's go.
What am I gonna do?
What you have just seen is one of the examples of how people behave when put under tension. Just 1 minute before major event or major performance, an anxiety comes into picture and alters your performance. This guy didn't believe on himself at the last moment and acts negative. This was just one example that we often come across during our lifespan. What if we, instead of losing confidence on such situations, act positive? The results show that it actually improves our performance.
For almost 3,000 years, people have been talking about what makes people happier, from the Buddha to modern-day pop psychology. The positive psychology question is, which of these 200 suggestions about what makes you lastingly happier actually works? So positive psychology takes tests and interventions and studies them rigorously and scientifically, asking which ones are just boosterism and which ones actually work. So positive psychology is a science. It's not an armchair philosophical endeavor.
Positive emotions come in many different forms: amusement, happiness, awe, inspiration, pride, love. I found that all positive emotions have an impact on our lives down the road, but some positive emotions are easier to generate, easier to self-generate than others. Emotions like gratitude are ones that you can self-generate anytime. Humans are designed to have our emotions respond to our circumstances, and no emotion should be a permanent state. If we were permanently happy, we wouldn't know the difference between an insult and an invitation, or good news and bad news. Emotions are ways of responding to changing circumstances. Positive emotions help people bounce back from hard times because they open people's awareness and allow people to more creatively take on the challenges that they face. And in that, giving people more flexibility, more creativity in handling day-to-day adversity, that's what allows people to bounce back more quickly.
Positive psychology is the scientific study of the strengths and the virtues that enable individuals and communities to thrive. It emphasizes the importance of using the scientific method to determine how things go right. Some of the goals of the positive psychology are to build a science that supports families and schools that allow children to flourish, workplaces that foster satisfaction and high productivity. Neuroscience and brain imaging has shown increasing potential for helping science understand happiness and sadness. Though it may be impossible to achieve any comprehensive measure of happiness objectively, some psychological correlates to happiness can be measured. There are some facts about positive psychology that people don't know and are very interesting. Creative people are creative when they are happy and are not creative when they are depressed. When people are happier, their peripheral attention is better. When people are sad, their focal attention is better. Optimistic people live 8 to 9.5 years more than the pessimistic people. Wealth does not do everything that you think it might. The relationship between wealth and life satisfaction is powerfully curvilinear. But negativity is really a good thing to have if you don't lose your grounds and use it for your defense. In a study of married couples, positive expectancies were associated with higher levels of relationship satisfaction initially, but led to lower satisfaction among husbands and wives who carried on criticizing each other. Positive Youth Development (PYD) is a framework to help youth become more helpful, engaged, and thriving members of society. This is done through focusing on positive outcomes, strength of character, and how to cultivate well-being and life satisfaction now and into future. PYD is often conceptualized by the 5 C's. These are core values that provide a strengths-based approach and outlines how to help youth be successful in the long term. The 5 C's include competence, confidence, connection, character, caring. There is also a 6th C that can be included in this list, which is contribution. But not everyone is positive about this branch of psychology. critics are not convinced that the research findings are strong enough to move so swiftly toward applications. Some disapprove of the field's public interpretations, which they say have allowed overblown conclusions about the power of positive, including the perception that people can stave off illness with more optimism.